One of the many DCU projects that we know is officially in development is Booster Gold. And this is definitely one of the ones I'm personally most excited for. I love the character of Booster Gold, and he's just never been done justice in live action. So for him to get his own series in the DCU brought to us by James Gunn, that just sounds like pure magic. But when it comes to bringing this new character to this universe, one of the biggest things we would be talking about is the casting. Because I mean that's something we're talking about quite a bit with the DCU because kicking off a brand new cinematic universe, there's a lot of casting. There's been a lot of additions to the Superman movie, a lot of great characters being introduced there, and so the Booster Gold one has been interesting because there's been no real rumors about, oh, this person's in talks to join Booster Gold. There was a rumor, I think a couple months ago at this point, that supposedly Booster Gold had been cast and they hired writers and everything for the show. So, Booster Gold is happening. And supposedly there's an actor in the role. We just don't know who that actually is. And, there's been rumors from Glenn Powell to Ryan Gosling to Chris Pratt. I did a whole video talking about it. My personal fan favorite pick was Sean William Scott. I think he would have been absolutely perfect in the role. But now we have a brand new report coming from nexuspointnews.com, which is a source I'm not familiar with. But everybody seems to be pointing this out as pretty accurate. I believe Daniel RPK even retweeted this post, but they just reported that Kumail Nanjiani has joined the DC Universe as Booster Gold, which is definitely not what I was expecting. I love Kumail Nanjiani. He is a hilarious guy and a great actor. And I love everything that I think I've seen him in. But this is just not at all something I expected to see when it came to who was going to be cast as Booster Gold. This was never a name I thought of. And I know if this ends up being true, which it seems like it is, this is going to piss off a lot of people. First of all, just because, oh, he's not white. Oh, he's not blonde. That is really my biggest gripe with this casting, is just the fact that he's not blonde, and I want a blonde Booster Gold, which, I mean, that can be changed, though. Wigs, makeup, all that stuff, hair dye, anything like that. But this is an interesting choice, because other than that, again, like I said, I never thought about it. It's not one I would have come up with on my own, but it makes a lot of sense because if you look at it, a lot of characters that he's played are very similar to Booster Gold, as Home of DCU on Twitter pointed out as well. His character in Obi-Wan Kenobi, I believe, was where the Star Wars project he was in. His character in that he was a guy who was pretending to be a Jedi, and he had a good heart in the end, but he was still scamming people. And Booster Gold does that same exact thing, where he wants to be a superhero and he goes around parading himself as a superhero. He steals the suit and he becomes this superhero, but really he's just in it for the fame. I feel like it was almost kind of he did a similar-ish role in the recent Ghostbusters movie as well. And again, one of the biggest things with Booster Gold is it's got to be a comedian. It's got to be somebody who's really funny, who can do that kind of really super confident, super cocky comedy style. And Kumail Nanjiani, I think, is absolutely perfect for that. And the other day, when James Gunn put out a post saying exactly 1 year, Superman opens all over the world, Kumail Nanjiani retweeted this post with just the word "in," period. And when I first saw this, I just took that as, oh yeah, he's in to watch this movie, cool. But oh man, a lot of people are going to take this as, oh my god, is he in the movie? In the movie? Oh my god. But I knew that wasn't what he was talking about. And interestingly, today, he responded to those claims. Literally right after all this Booster Gold news came out, people started going back to this post and saying, hey, is Booster Gold going to be in Superman? Is he Booster Gold officially? And so a bunch of people were messaging him and responding to it. So then he responded to it saying, to be clear, I meant in, as in I am in to watch this movie, not I am in this movie. I'm not in Superman, but I am very excited to watch it. So Yeah, I mean, I didn't expect he would be in Superman, even as Booster Gold. But so maybe he's not in Superman, but he is in Booster Gold, or at least that's what it seems like. And this is also interesting because this is another Marvel actor who has joined now the DCU. Which obviously James Gunn, he's got lots of friends over at Marvel. Kumail Nanjiani, I believe, is a friend of James Gunn, so this makes complete and total sense. Also, who knows? We still have no idea when or if we're going to get an Eternals 2. So it's clearly, it seems Kumail's schedule is pretty open right now. And I believe they're going to start shooting this series soon-ish. I think sometime this fall. So yeah, that's another cool thing to point out as well. And then also, that you got that classic Ted Kord, Blue Beetle, and Booster Gold team up. Kumail and Jason Sudeikis, that would be pretty awesome. That would definitely be a lot of fun. But honestly, I mean, just Jason Sudeikis with anyone as Booster Gold, I really hope we get to see. I really hope they do actually get Jason Sudeikis for that role. But Kumail and Jason Sudeikis would be really an interesting pair. So guys, what do you think about this sort of breaking news, but again, it's just a rumor. It's just coming from this random source that, again, we don't know how reliable it is, but most people are pointing out that it is most likely true. Again, it's a very outside of the box casting choice that I did not expect. And while at first glance it's like, he's not white, he's not blonde, but it doesn't really matter for his character. Again, I just hope they can make him blonde because that's just part of his look that I really love. Also kind of adds to the cockiness. But yeah, I mean, personality wise, acting wise, comedic timing wise, I think Kumail would be a perfect Booster Gold. So if this is true, again, it's a very unique outside of the box casting choice, but I'm all in on this. I'm excited for it. So guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think about this idea and possibly news that Kumail Nanjiani has been cast as our Booster Gold in the DCU? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and thanks so much for watching. Please drop a like if you enjoyed this video, and hit the subscribe button so I keep you up to date on everything that goes on in the DC life.